And welcome to the final episode of 2020. What a fucking year. I am your host, Big Kunta, and I'm here with
Headhunter James.
Mr. Krampus. You can't see his sweet sweater, but
Headhunter James. My fantastic Krampus sweater.
I don't fit in sweaters, so I have a robe.
That
is large, medium. And for the first time ever, the Doc Sauce.
You actually get to see his ugly mug. It's incredible.
It was for radio. His
face is for radio.
We are here now. This is what it is.
We haven't done a video episode like just casually. It's always been with a guest. So we're like, all right, let's do one with just the guys, the Christmas tree in the bag. This is like it's the 2020 Christmas episode.
Yep. And the Doc Sauce lost a bet, so he had to finally show up on camera. And it's actually quite funny to me that the Doc Sauce losing a bet resulted in us punishing you.
Basically.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Well, so now the world can see your mug now, so.
Yeah, that's right. There because you really can't find it online.
You really can't. Yeah.
No, I'm an old-fashioned dude. I don't.
That's right.
I feel like cameras take your soul.
You're like my 78-year-old dad.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's like one of my like aunts or uncles or somebody got drunk and made like a Facebook for him, but it's just like default with no profile picture. It just says Rod Jackson, and he saw it and he didn't know what the fuck it was. He's like, I told you, the government. You know, he's like, I don't like all my shit on there. People be tracking you. I'm like, Dad.
He's not wrong.
I mean, he's not wrong, but he's also like highly, behind the curve a little bit. And
sure.
Everything is tracking.
Well, with me, if you were gonna sleuth and try to find some photos of me from the internet, it's from MySpace.
Sure. You still have one?
No, I just don't. I didn't know what to do with it when I was done with it.
Yeah, so it's just never been
I
deleted.
think my page is probably. I mean, I don't know if the servers are still up. Are they still running?
Probably.
Did somebody buy it?
I mean,
Facebook bought
the
it.
Internet. The internet never forgets, so like it's there somewhere.
That's how it like first like learned coding and
Oh yeah, having to
like
do the HTML stuff to change the colors and make it play music.
Yeah. I had I think at the time when I was doing it, I had The Killers from We Were Young from Samsound. That was the first track that came on, and then they had like a playlist of tracks, and then obviously the Top Friends, which changed
your top 4, which eventually became your top 8
because it was a different chick or like the chick you were either interested in dating at the time. Yeah, followed by
so much
the
cringe.
Runner-ups.
So much cringe.
Yeah, it's bad. It's awful. Like legit fights on AOL Instant Messenger.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody ever really wanted to bother me because they thought my AOL screen name P-Player316. They thought I was a Bible guy.
This guy's got
thought I was a church going folk, but I'm Steve Austin.
Right?
Yeah, I was trying to.
His fucking screen name had a stutter.
Player.
Well, Pure Play, as you remember from
he's got fast fingers.
98.
He types P twice.
Yeah,
perhaps you were a big fan of Pro Player Stadium.
Oh man, it's like Dimitri Martin. He's like, why doesn't anyone call like B batteries? Why aren't there any B batteries? He's like, there's A batteries, C batteries. Like, because no one wants to say like, give me the batteries. The batteries.
Yeah,
the batteries.
That's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, 2020 has been a hell of a year. Thanks for rocking with us. We started back in August. We're a handful of episodes in. We're really excited about the future, the things to come.
I think this is 12
or 13. I don't know. But we had so much going on, pandemic still going on.
Right.
The numbers are rising.
It's like March 290th right now.
Yeah, it's literally like day 758 in, the year 2020 still. So we are all managing. I know you guys at home, everyone is handling everything the best or the worst. I don't know.
Right.
No judgment here. We get it. We fucking get it like we do. The best thing about I think doing these episodes is we get to kind of reflect in a different limelight, because when we're just casually like talking off camera, we don't think about too much. We don't think too in depth. We just kind of, you go with the flow. and most of us have been like, especially us three here, we've been rocking with each other since the beginning, and we've kind of, maintained a certain circle of people.
Well, yeah, kind of had to.
Just for the safety of it.
Once it started, it was like, I forget what the term was they were using. I think the term was silo, like your silo of people.
Yeah.
It would be like me, my girlfriend, you, Meg, the boys,
and even that got questionable.
Steven's girlfriend,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Like,
No, it was
even that
either
got questionable,
do that,
like in groups. Like, it was like, damn, like it's fucking 9 people, a little bit too much. Like that's too many people.
But when it's the same 9 people who don't interact with anyone else
and only see each other.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely been a struggle, but I feel like we did it the right way. I feel like the only other way that's better is to literally lock yourself in your house and be by yourself.
Yeah.
And
which is what my parents did. And I get it.
By all means, absolutely get it. And that's definitely the smartest way.
There's going to be, most of you guys, especially those of you that are pretty Advent listeners and have really been rocking with us, you know where we stand. Mm-hmm. This isn't an attack or we understand what it takes. We're not sheep. We're not brainwashed. We just fucking want to be safe. We want to do the right thing. We have children. We have friends that we care about, loved ones. And at this point, it's really not even an argument anymore. There's still people every day dying. We're back to 9/11 type numbers as far as scale.
Yeah. Right?
And we can get into the specifics of,
the meme I had seen the other day, which was like
the 10,
pretty perfect, was like the 10 deadliest days in United States history.
Yeah.
Which
6 of them are like the last few
6
days.
of them are over the last week.
It was something, and I'm not going to say it in
like
the proper order. Yeah, Antietam, 9/11, Pearl Harbor.
And it's
Wednesday.
It's not a knock on Pearl Harbor. It's not a knock on,
it's a numbers,
level of difficulty the country has faced and its since its existence. But it's definitely something to be mindful of, because when you put things into perspective, you understand a little bit better as far as the magnitude of things, and it's not something we are trying to shove down anyone's throats as much as we want people to be fucking aware. Open your eyes and just kind of talk to people and get a grasp of what's actually happening. But I don't want to get too political, because it's Christmas. It is a cheerful, happy Hanukkah. Actually, first day of Hanukkah, right?
It is the first day.
I don't know the words.
We lit the.
How do you say
Happy Hanukkah?
No. It's in Hebrew. There's a
Hag Sameach.
That's the one.
To you.
No, I don't know if that's the right one.
Yeah, really? That's fucking
bad.
funny.
Yeah, we know you're a bad Jew, but
I can't let my mom listen to this one.
You're
now.
Jew-ish.
Oh well, maybe.
You should probably whoop your ass with the Torah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I say Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
And it would be the menorah.
No, I mean like the big ass like ceremonial Torah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
That would
scroll.
hurt more.
Yeah, that would hurt more. Yeah, the
I
scroll.
thought you meant like the candle holding thing.
No, I know what a menorah is. No, man, she's gonna beat you with the big ass scroll.
Well, that's like
It wouldn't be.
that's gaining wisdom through osmosis.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be the first time.
Beat you with this till you're a better Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah to everybody else out there.
I used to want to be a Jew as a kid, because you guys got fucking 8 gifts, and I got like maybe 6 or 5, like 5 really cheap ones. I didn't understand like how wealthy or not wealthy we were, like middle class but below.
Yeah.
We were
ditto.
I was like basically poor, but I can't. It's disrespectful to say I was poor, because there's actually like really poor people.
Yeah.
But I was, like. Our lights got cut off occasionally, and they got cut back on.
Well, you say you were always jealous of the 8 presents.
Yeah,
we would get to day 7, and my parents wouldn't have 8, so they would just take a pair of socks and split them in half.
Nice.
And you get one sock, the left sock.
Yeah, right.
On day 7, and the right sock.
You get the
on
right
day
sock
8.
on day 8.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's 8.
Shit, you could have taken that even further. Like, just get the pack of socks.
It's a
the
used
one that has
sock.
like 8 pairs in it.
Oh shit! You get
and you get no presents besides those.
Don't give me
Just
too many
split 'em up.
ideas for my children when they come.
Do you get them like by the single or by the pair?
By the single? That's what I'm
by
saying.
the single? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just.
What's
that's
that? You got
smart
twins.
way.
One package of
man.
8 tube
Yeah.
socks.
I remember getting like.
I know what I'm getting the boys for Christmas.
Well, they don't need shit, so please by all means get them clothes. But when you get a really it wasn't until I got older and I'm like, and I start, you know, when you get older and you start paying your own bills, it's like, okay, well, I kind of find, I like, Dad, I'm sorry. You have the conversation like, Dad, you know, thanks, I'm sorry for being such an asshole or whatever. Like,
no, you spend 8 hours a day playing your Nintendo 64, running that electric bill up,
not
and
mine,
you want him to get
mine.
you a gift.
I never had one, but my friends, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as you get home from school, that's what you're doing. But so anywho, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. We at Grip to Grain, we just kind of wanted to do this video episode because we haven't done it, like I said earlier, with Steven and just casual, like no interview.
Yeah.
So we wanted a fun, homey, kind of warm episode.
The Christmas lights.
And the Christmas lights.
Looks
I don't know
nice.
how they're going to look on the camera. They might be super glary and awful, but...
Might be our worst video
Might be the
ever.
worst fucking video, and then we just resort to, like, going back to just audio. But either
also,
way...
it's delightful outside, so we, we got to... I think
the struggles.
You would come up with the idea of like having everyone wear a Christmas sweater, just having the fucking
so
door
Steven's
open
wearing
over
the
there.
sweater that I used to fit into. I'm 260 pounds.
You fit. That looked quite nice on you when you had it on
Okay, well,
earlier.
that's because I'm like somewhat proportionally built, but it was just too tight and very itchy because I don't wear sweaters. I'm from Florida.
Well, yeah.
So, also, it just was very discouraging considering that fit me at one point really comfortably. So, anyway.
Your boobs,
you
your boobs,
fat bitch.
We're in our 30s
your boobs look
now.
great in this.
Fatty 2x4 can't fit through the kitchen door.
I mean, we're in our 30s. Steven's been in his 30s for like 9 years, but
Nah, bro. We talk about the holidays.
19 years.
I got 35 coming up in 2 weeks.
That's big, man.
On Christmas, right?
Yeah.
He's a Christmas.
Yeah.
Not only is he Jewish, he stole Jesus' birthday.
Hey, man, like Jesus was Jewish. It's fine.
I mean,
he probably looked like me more than a lot of the pictures.
He definitely
you've seen.
looked more like you
Jesus
than the blonde hair,
probably
blue-eyed
looks
guy in the pictures.
more like me, minus the Asian eyes, but definitely brown.
Definitely brown.
Brown.
Definitely brown.
Yeah.
Brown.
So
he wasn't like he like dreidel Jewish.
I mean, I don't know if dreidels existed yet, but yes, he was quite Jewish.
Sure, they did. I don't know.
oh damn, you looking at me and I'm pretty sure it did though. I'm pretty sure the first and the second temple fell. That's why we like the
Oh, let's yeah. So
Oh,
the
there
story
you go.
predates it.
There you
Boom.
go.
Attaboy.
yeah.
Attaboy.
I like
That's
it.
why the Jewish calendar is in year 57
Yeah, look at you.
57 blah blah blah.
something, and we're only in year 2020,
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
which
Because it starts counting after the second temple fell.
no, I think it was that other guy.
I love the
Okay.
memes when people are like, it's just screenshots of people's comments. Like, the world is like, X million years old. And then people are like, but we're only in year 2020. It's like my face. I was like, how are you so dumb?
Yeah.
How did you?
There are a lot of dumb people in this
How did
world.
How did you get all the way through grade school? Like, how did you?
Right.
Not only did you not pay attention,
because it's not
you
that hard.
rejected everything that was
Yeah.
being, because even I went to like inner city, like predominantly hood, black, ghetto ass, but we had good teachers. I actually recently just connected with my 5th grade teacher, and she's wonderful. And we talked about so many things, and I attribute a lot of my intelligence, because of her. And I was like, your sacrifices, being a white woman, with these ghetto ass kids, we don't know what the fuck we're doing when we're in elementary school, but like at the same time, a lot of the cultural like ramifications of how kids grow up, when you're not from that, you coming in as a teacher or whatever, that shit hits you like a brick. Like, you don't know.
the learning
You know what I'm
curve
saying?
is
We had
is
teachers
significant.
quit like on
Yeah.
us.
Oh, I fucking bet.
On us.
I
In middle
bet.
school, I've had 2 teachers that bail during our class, crying.
I'm kind of sad
terrible.
I don't remember the
During
name.
class.
Yeah, during class.
So like
You went to
straight
Cooper,
up,
like, your teachers
like
have been
straight
there
up
for 20
fucking shit. What was his name? Vontae Davis.
Yeah.
Retiring at halftime.
Retiring at halftime, yeah. God, that's classic. That's got to go in one of sports. That's got to go down in one of the, like, oddball sports facts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, Des Bryant almost retired
That, too. He at least gave, like, a legit, like,
on Tuesday.
interview,
Yeah. Well, he showed
Well, he
up.
tested positive.
He showed
Wait,
up to
he-
warm up. He
he
tested
retired?
negative. No.
No,
He's
said
like,
he was done.
I'm
I
cutting it
knew.
here.
I know that he got like just fucking pulled right before the game started.
Right.
Which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me because like there's got to be other people who had been in close contact with him on
There was video
Baltimore's
of him
team.
giving daps to
And there's got to be people on Dallas's team who'd gotten close to him because it's fucking
like,
Des Bryant.
good game,
Granted
yo,
and
good game.
credit, they were wearing masks.
Good game,
Okay.
He was wearing a mask while he was walking
Sure.
around pregame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just so much.
I'm just surprised
Transferring.
that there wasn't more. Like,
so much super spreading going on.
I mean,
Yeah.
Baltimore is the super spreading team.
Oh
they
man, rough.
they were they're in the 30s now.
Followed by
number
the
of players.
Cleveland Indians. Who was the baseball team that was just fucking? Was it the?
I want to say it was
Braves?
Arizona, but I'm not sure.
It might have been. I don't know.
I know Cleveland made it into the 30s or not Cleveland. Baltimore, the Ravens
Baltimore,
made it into the
Baltimore,
30s of players who have been on the COVID list this
Right.
year.
Games
And
being played on Tuesday, Monday at
Right.
like,
Football,
3
like,
o'clock.
fucking
It
up-
was Monday at 3 o'clock.
fucking
the
up
other day?
everyone's schedule,
Who would have thought football every day of the week, like
right?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
I mean, I was very happy about the fact that I've got 2 monitors at work.
That's
So I
good.
can have like
That's
one
good.
monitor just having the football game going.
Yeah. No one's in your office anyway. fuck.
Right.
But speaking of football, let's listen, man. The Miami Dolphins are 8-4.
8-4, 1 game behind
We
the Bills.
should be 8-3, but we lost to the goddamn Broncos.
Yeah, you
I'm
should
gonna
beat the
attribute it to
Broncos.
just fucking low oxygen, high altitude, and sickle cell because
And,
so many
like,
players can't even play because of that shit.
Their
Dude,
defense.
some black dudes
That's
cannot travel.
A valid thing.
It's a real thing.
happens,
It is a real thing.
So, not
their
to say
pass
that,
rush is real good, and like
yeah.
Tua, it wasn't Tua's fault. It wasn't like he was.
It was
hanging
his,
on the
it was
ball
his
too
worst
long.
game. They said that his hand was hurt.
He looked like a rookie, and then he didn't
is a
play the.
rookie.
And then he didn't play the next game.
Well,
right?
so let's just say the
So-
Dolphins defense has bailed him out and given him a win.
Yeah,
Most of it, all his wins.
He hasn't had
Yeah.
to take a chance on a throw because of the defense putting him in
Yeah.
our team in good position.
Which
only-
is
I think
the
the only
best
game-
scenario for any rookie QB.
he's had 1 game where he had to like make plays a couple times. That was the Arizona game.
Yeah.
and you guys won it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Most of his other
The
games,
defense played great too, though. We
Yeah.
didn't get to Kyler because he's also very
because he's
hard
very
to get
escapable.
to.
Yeah.
But we definitely. I mean, like you guys should have won too. The
Hey, man,
DeAndre Hopkins.
when fucking
that's not
when the best wide receiver in football is just like, yo, I'm gonna catch this
It's
ball.
tough. It's tough.
Like, there's not a whole lot you can do about
it's
it.
not going to happen.
I mean, I feel like there was
often,
3
but
dudes around that wish they could have done something, but like one.
It
versus
just fell
3.
perfectly, and he jumped first.
And
he timed
he's,
it
No,
perfectly.
and he's
like,
bigger than all of them.
I'm not taking away props from him.
Uh-huh.
And
What made it better
kinda
was
wanna
the 3
dump on the
white
Buff-
gloves versus
Yeah.
the black gloves. That was-
Yeah,
It did
that
look
was
great.
just really
Yeah.
cool.
When like Micah Hyde did what he was supposed to do, he's the one guy. He was behind him, and he like just fucking jumps on his goddamn
Was
back.
Tre'Davious White in that group?
Trey's in front, but Trey's 6 foot,
that was,
Right.
and he's 6'4".
I think he's 6'3".
Uh,
But he's
So
also
like,
got those
he's
super
like
long
way
arms.
like
Yeah.
as they're all going up, like Hopkins' hands are like 5 inches up above everyone else's, and he gets
And
it.
just his hands are bigger too.
Yeah.
Like, it
And he's
just-
a fucking monster.
story.
Like
Hell of a
he's
athlete.
strong as shit. No one's gonna knock that ball out of his hands.
yeah.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. The Bills are in first place.
First place.
And
We're
so-
1 game ahead of you, and now that Week 17 game looks
So
fucking
much better.
incredibly important.
Juicy. It's up there, right?
It's
Can you check the- can you
it's
check the-
January 3rd.
I think there's. Can you check the Pats and the Rams?
Oh yeah, because that's going on right now.
So the Patriots are 6-6. They're kind of
Pats
making
are 6
they're
and
kind of
6.
making a good second half stride.
And you guys have
they are.
They still are coached by Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
He's not going to finish with a losing record.
There's no Tom Brady, but it's still the Patriots, and we play them, and then we play you guys last week. But we have KC this Sunday.
You
Huge
got
game.
Rams are up 17-0.
Well, and we not for nothing, we embarrassed the Rams.
Yeah, we did.
Let's just say
That's very
Jared Goff had a
accurate.
really bad game.
Yep.
But
Your
Aaron
defense
Donald
played fucking great.
We played phenomenal. But Aaron Donald, arguably the best player in football, he still got to 2. First play was a fumble.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it just goes to show that you can't stop that. You can double team him all day, but
Josh Allen can
yeah, well, that was pretty good
with
too.
stiff arms.
But Josh Allen's 6'5" and like 230. So
He's a moose.
Yeah. There's a couple dudes.
Yeah.
I don't wanna
he's
see
not
on
a
the
bitch
street.
by
Yeah,
any
one
sense.
of those plays, Josh Allen got literally called for a face mask on
I was watching-
Aaron Donald.
I was watching the Bills game, the last one, and I was
The
watching.
San Fran one, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Josh Allen walk like I guess a play happened and he was walking with his old lineman. Dude's the same size.
He's the same size of him.
Yeah.
as his offensive lineman.
He's fucking.
Yeah. He's a beast.
And you know what? I don't mean to say this like racially, but he's a very athletic white dude. Like he's got.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll take it. Even a bill, I'll take it. I'll take it.
He's like
credit.
like Ben Roethlisberger. If Ben Roethlisberger could also run.
Exactly what I was about to
Josh
say.
Allen.
It's unfair,
Josh Allen can
frankly.
like juke.
Yeah.
Like he can stutter step and
No,
and
it's
he's
definitely
got speed.
very much like the size of Ben Roethlisberger, but
just
the
also able to
athleticism.
move.
But
Yeah.
Ben didn't move like that when
That's
he
what
was.
I'm saying.
No, he's
Ben's
never moved
movement
like
is
more of a
like Dan
truck.
Marino's was.
Well, you
Because
couldn't get.
he's a pro style quarterback.
Yeah, but you couldn't get Ben down. Like it wasn't just like you grabbed his shoulder.
That's true.
If you grabbed Eli or
Yeah.
Alex Smith,
Yeah.
He wasn't
or
afraid to
Ryan
get
Fitzpatrick,
tackled.
they're coming down with
They're going
one
down,
hand if you grab them on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The funniest thing is when someone will pull up like a corner blitz, and a corner will try to fucking sack
and he's
Josh
dragging
Allen,
him.
and Josh Allen's just like, nah, fuck you.
No, that's
Go
like
away.
a 5'11",
5'11"
195
dude trying to take down a moose.
on average.
6'3",
Yeah.
225. What is he listed?
He's 230.
He's 230, but he's probably really like 235.
He's probably.
more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on top of that, he has very good vision. So he plays. You know what? He plays like he played with a bunch of black athletes. Like that's how he plays
Yeah.
because he knows how to fucking move.
He's from like North Dakota. Like there ain't nothing
Well, so
there,
he
but like
played-
you have vision.
No,
He
but
played at Wisconsin. He's actually from California. He grew up on a fucking. I only know this because there was a video that the Bills released the day before the San Fran game. It's this tiny ass town called Firebaugh outside of like 2.5 hours away from San Fran. Population of 5,000.
Okay.
And he grew up on a farm.
So he grew up baling hay.
Yeah.
So he's
shit
like
didn't
And
He's-
like
he's
a
farm
giant,
strong.
a giant.
Bro, one of my
San Fran fan.
One of my very good friends. I haven't, he was. I lost contact with him, but from the army, he was like 6'3", like lean but stocky, like stocky lean, just natural, like no weights. Just grew up on a farm, and strong as an ox. Like I don't like I grew up lifting, and I was always big, and I was always relatively strong in comparison to most big people.
Sure, but you're not throwing bales of hay.
No, I was not. And I became friends with this guy because we were in a bar fight, and I saw him not only take out 3 people, but like carry the 300-pound bouncer on his back and then flip him, then grab him and flip him over his back, like carried him.
So he put the bouncer's thing down, flipped it, and
I'm not
reversed
scared.
it.
Like in my youth, I would fight anybody, but I saw that and I said, "There's no reason for me to be hostile with this gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna befriend him."
I choose diplomacy.
They basically, when he finished, like 20 seconds, he beats everyone up. The security politely asked him to get out, and he did because he's like a gentleman and like a nice guy, So he gets out.
I feel like he should have just shouted, "Are you not entertained?"
He's sitting on the curb, and I'm like, I'm gonna go be friends with this guy. So I like went out and sat down, and I was like, and this was still in the days of ordering a cab, and so I was like, "Yo, you want to split a cab back to base?" And he's like, "Sure, brother, thank you." And that was like always like and so he's like, "My name's Jim Wellman." His name's Jim Wellman, and he's like, just really polite and wear belt buckle.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Flannel shirt, jeans, boots.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, you want him to
We're
be
in
on your
DC.
side.
We're in downtown DC. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. But anywho, so Josh Allen's a freak.
He
Dolphins are in a really tough race with the Colts. We're in a tough race with
Colts and the Browns.
Browns.
Browns are gonna get one because they're
Browns
a
are
game ahead.
9-3.
They're 9-3.
Which is the best they've probably ever been franchise.
Not franchise-wise.
best in
but
a long- very
some
long
very
time.
The
long
fuck have they
time.
been 9-3? Not in my lifetime.
Not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very, very much like maybe your dad's early years.
Yeah.
very much your dad's.
Jim
My 78-year-old
Brown. Jim
oh
Brown
my
tore it
God.
up.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my dad's early years. That's
Right.
my dad's like
Teens.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's 78. So, but anywho, good for the Browns. I'm happy for them. They
Right.
are finally like clicking and balanced. Like that's the best way to. They're balanced.
Yeah.
Right. Offense, defense, coaching. Finally. Yeah. So anywho,
It's really funny that the Baker Mayfield got significantly better once OBJ got hurt.
yeah, because the pressure. Was I having this conversation with you?
I don't think so.
The pressure of not having a number one.
Yeah.
It's
He's
relieves
been
you
spreading
stress.
the ball around everywhere. Like Landry has been like putting up better numbers, which makes sense because he's in that number one target. But like he's been using all of the members of his
Jones,
offense instead of
Peoples,
just
rocking,
forcing it
or
to
Peoples
OBJ.
Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is.
Peoples Jones.
I would think
Jones.
one of the best examples of that theory is that not having a number one makes you better is Alex Smith.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember all those years in the gutter in San Francisco being really bad before
Took out the
Harbaugh
undefeated
showed
Patriots.
up?
Thank you, Alex Smith.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, very
I
much.
think Kevin Zimmerman will say it's because the
Sure.
Steelers did it to themselves, but whatever.
Sure.
Alex Smith still had to get on the field.
No, that guy's got heart and experience, and that experience
17 leg surgeries.
And a drive to just play
Loves
no
the
matter
game.
what.
Loves the game.
You could amputate both his legs, he'll keep playing.
He's like a better Fitzpatrick. He loves the game just like Fitzpatrick loves the game, loves to be out there, but he is a better quarterback to me. And
certainly a more accurate quarterback.
We forget that Alex Smith was the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
He really was. It was 2005. It was a lifetime ago now.
I remember it though because
I mean everything before the beginning of March feels like a lifetime ago. But
yeah. Honestly, it does. So we have
he lost the starting job to Kaepernick, right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the
And then
upside.
He went directly from there to KC.
He took the 49ers to he went to Arizona. Oh. You sure?
So he was at KC for a long time. He was the guy. He played.
So he went
played for a year still when Mahomes was a rookie.
Yeah, when he lost the job, and he mentored.
Yeah. He mentored Mahomes for a year.
And Mahomes said that like it would be different if
wasn't
dude wasn't my guy.
Yeah,
sure.
Because Mahomes admitted, I think last year, he's like, I didn't know how to read defenses.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Smith had to teach me that from scratch.
He said up until like the second year in the pros.
Which
did
is
he say
insane.
that?
Yeah.
And there was that
had an incredible number.
And there was that 1 year. It was Mahomes' rookie year, so Mahomes wasn't playing, and Alex Smith was running that offense.
Yeah,
which was just fucking wild.
They won the AFC.
They
won their division.
The first game that season, like. Alex Smith is throwing bombs down the field, and it's like this is the dude who has made his entire career off of 10 to 15-yard passes and he's throwing fucking 50-yard passes through the air.
It's almost like he was like brought up in the Packers system, with the screen pass.
The West Coast offense.
Yeah. Because was it? God, what's his name? McCaffrey? I don't know who it was, but
when Alex Smith was drafted. And I definitely could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Steve Mariucci was
probably
49ers.
Sounds right.
Like he was probably still with 49ers.
That's very much that West Coast offense.
And the West Coast offense started with the 49ers under Walsh.
Yeah,
Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh, yeah. And it's so what Brett Favre and then eventually Rodgers and even Flynn for a little bit, they killed the 5-yard game, time of possession, control the clock.
Yeah, it made Flynn look like a good quarterback.
Your one drive took 8 minutes. You killed the entire first quarter. You got on the board and scored, and just off of like 3-yard dumps, 5-yard dumps, screen passes.
And get it to Bubba Franks for first
Bubba
down.
Franks, like whoever, like they got it, and that was like football when you watch the Packers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They didn't have a running game, and so you look at the youthfulness of Kaepernick and the upside that he had with speed and, quick shuttle passes and tunnel screens and things like that. Why the fuck would you play Alex Smith? You know what I mean? Because you had more flexibility with the run pass option. Yeah. So
and he lost that job fair and square.
Yeah, he did. He did. And so
they said that's why Dwayne Haskins was a nice at least I thought to start the year was a good look.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like wherever Alex Smith goes, his backup is learning a lot and is way more athletic and talented than he is.
Yep. But then shit got derailed.
And then I forgot that he went to Ohio State, so he's a jerk off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Well, that's super exciting.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna find out very soon. Basketball starts really soon.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
As of today, the 10th of December, James Harden has picked either the Bucks or the Heat. As a Heat fan, I don't want him.
The Heat have the cap space for him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're paying like 3 rookies the rookie minimum of like a $3 million max. And then the next year is like a $4 million max.
Yeah, so the kicker is we've been saving for next offseason, which is Giannis's unrestricted free agent year.
So now until a few weeks, if he like a week now, if he doesn't sign an extension, the odds are he's going to come to us.
Nice.
We can afford him, and he's going to, if he comes here, we'll probably win a championship.
Nice.
I mean, the only way that stops is Luka goes to the Lakers or some ridiculous shit like that. Not going to happen. I'm just being stupid. But the Lakers are going to be scary. They added Montrezl Harrell. They added Marc Gasol. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I appreciate your confidence as a Heat fan, but man, the circumstances were right for us to make it where we made it last year. I think we can make it back again because of our character.
Do you say we make
because of your young, the young core of your team?
Sure. But talent-wise, you got to remember the landscape is completely different than what it was.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant is
back in the game.
Is going to be back playing again.
So is Kyrie.
There's just no answer anywhere in the league.
What's the other point guard they have that's really good, or shooting guard? Dinwiddie or something. Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie. He's great too.
I
know he got.
I don't care
Durant,
about that dude. It's Kevin
Durant
Durant.
got traded. Where did Durant end up?
Durant got traded to the Brooklyn Nets last year.
Yeah.
So it's Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant in Brooklyn.
So wait,
that team
the Nets are actually going to be good?
The Nets were the best team in the East.
Oh, okay.
Arguably last year.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no.
Pre-COVID.
I'm mixing up the Nets and the Knicks in my brain.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. The Knicks are still going to be terrible,
the Knicks are still
right?
going to be trash.
Yeah, okay. Some things don't
Says
change.
the New York football fan.
Right? I mean, I'm a fan of the only team that plays in New York.
Oh, so like here's the like reality of what's going to happen. The Heat are going to have a great record, prove everyone wrong once again, because we have an incredible team that is relentless. That Tyler Hero interview was fantastic.
Perhaps they'll even prove you wrong and they'll win a title.
Well, no, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to succumb to the traveling again. Pending we don't go back into a bubble. The reason why the Heat did so well, not because we didn't have a great record going into the playoffs, because when they ended the season because of COVID, we watched that last game here.
You guys were going to be like the 8th seed.
The title, the thing came up, and it was like, season is over. Like, we're going to, the NBA is looking into what to do as far as playoffs, and then a month or two goes by, no basketball, and they're like, we're going into a bubble. Yeah. That was the best thing that happened to the Heat.
And then you whooped everyone's fucking asses.
We beat everyone's asses because we had something that no team had at that time, and that was a bunch of young people that everyone had no idea how to play against. Yeah. Also, the system where we are arguably the best conditioned team. We have some of the best conditioning coaches and trainers. So we have these guys,
fucking young people,
and then we have the most important factor in all of that is Jimmy Butler. We got a guy who has never been able to lead a team before, and now he's leading a team. And he pretty much put up the 3rd or the 4th greatest finals game in NBA history at 30 years old.
Buckets.
Right.
At 30 years old.
Buckets.
So this isn't Jimmy Butler just went on a scoring spree. Jimmy Butler went on a triple-double scoring spree and literally left his soul on the court.
Legend.
If everyone who is a fan of the game...
Did he leave his soul on the court, or did he leave the soul of the other players on the other team on the court?
Their soul was
murdered them.
They were pretty. Everyone was exhausted, but the reason why we did well is it's a melting pot of all of those things. I really truly believe that. I think you have a successful season this past season because there is no travel, there is no fatigue, there is no time zone differential. So there isn't the true essence of home court advantage. Now,
there was no home court advantage.
Damian Lillard made a statement.
There probably won't be any home court advantage this year, though, right? Because even though they're traveling, there's still not going to be many fans.
They're doing the zone thing right now, where they're playing.
What's the zone thing?
Like East plays East, West plays West.
Okay.
And then they travel. I think one game per. I may be wrong.
What are they doing about the Canadian teams?
Toronto's playing in Orlando.
Okay. Teams.
Yeah.
Is it just Toronto? That's the only Canadian team?
Toronto's playing in Orlando, I believe, right? Or
they can't because they can't travel across borders.
Yeah, that's part of what has the NHL so fucked up.
Yeah.
They can't figure out how to have a season.
Well, those teams just need to come.
They were talking about having a
go to Buffalo.
having
like,
a
something. You know.
Well, the thing they were floating was having
I
like
don't know.
temporary
It's fucking
change
cold.
to divisions, and having a Canadian division. And
that
then
seems
they would
extensive.
play themselves. But like,
How
even
many
if you do
Canadian
that,
teams are there? 4?
No,
No,
that
there's
worked.
there's-
That worked
I think
for
it's 8.
hockey. That's
There's
not
8
working.
Canadian
But-
teams.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But
Jesus
like
Christ.
even that, like that,
Fuck did that happen?
that doesn't really solve the problem, because they're then just assuming that the travel restrictions won't be there by the time the playoffs come around.
Sure.
And I don't see why. I don't see why anyone would think that that's true.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, but like even like that won't be around for
I agree
us
with
for a
you.
long time.
Yeah, I agree with
So-
you.
So what would the two of you consider a successful season for the Heat this year?
I want us to knock someone good out of the playoffs.
I mean,
I want to
a
see us knock Brooklyn
successful
or
season
Boston.
is to get back to the finals. I don't.
Yeah.
We
So
made
anything
it.
less than getting back to the finals,
Essentially,
you would view
I mean,
as not
if
successful?
we make it to the Eastern Conference final and lose,
Okay.
that's fine too.
All right.
But we need to pick. It needs to be a fight through and through.
Yeah.
Also,
Because I feel like a year ago, like before last season, I feel like you guys would have been just like happy to make the playoffs.
Make the playoffs and be a tough out.
We were not projected. So going into the last season, we were not. No Heat fan in their right mind.
You were supposed to be bad.
We weren't supposed to be bad. We were supposed to be
but
like
at the lower end.
8 to the 8th seed, 12th
Yeah, but
seed.
certainly not like a lock to make it into the
no.
playoffs. And
No,
if you did, not a lock
we
to
were
make
going to
past
make
the
the
first round.
playoffs because the East is just bad.
They're
right?
just that bad.
So we were gonna be contenders and scratch out a 40-40 season. You know,
Yeah.
40 and 42
Middle of the
season.
pack.
Whatever.
Definitely very much
make-
average.
Make the AC just off of competitive nature. But what happened is we got a diamond in the rough with Tyler Hero.
Oh, I know that.
We have arguably the best shooter in Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, undrafted.
Just
Hey man, sometimes
You know,
you just find those
just
fucking great
D-League,
guys.
undrafted guy who kind of perfected the screen and pop and shoot.
Yeah.
You know, he's off of a pass or a dribble, like almost doesn't dribble, just off of a cut, grab
his
and shoot.
niche. Yeah,
Who
he
knows
found
what
his
works?
niche.
So he's working on a mid game. Bam is working on a 3-point game. Jimmy Butler was the quintessential piece that changed everything, right? Because he has always been. He has always been labeled as I said it. I always liked Jimmy Butler, but I always said he was a bad teammate. I always said that, and so did every other NBA. Like,
And he seems like that's not true anymore.
no, he's arguably the
I
best
would
teammate.
is the best teammate, and I kind of always knew that because I kind of saw him and saw how I played. Like, not now, previously.
He's made everyone better on our team.
younger.
So
That was always my goal, was to be the scrappiest guy that made my teammates better.
Do you think it's
He
something that
takes
actually
it to a exponentially higher level because his work ethic is.
He's
far
like
the best in the
he's like hours in the gym before
Yeah.
everyone else.
Do you
And-
think it's that something changed with him, or something just changed in the perception?
No,
of him?
I think
It's always been true
I
and
think
never just-
he's finally had him. So every team he's been on, there's always been someone there that was their guy,
Yeah,
and he was just kind of like, "You're our guy, but you're behind the guy."
sure.
And even when he went to Minnesota, they had Karl Anthony Towns. They had all these other talents that just took the role of leader.
Yeah, that was a rough rap he took
It
for
was.
that because
It was.
he had a bunch of young guys on
Philly
his
too.
team, and
Philly
he
too.
came off as a jerk.
Philly, Ben Simmons is the guy now, or Joel Embiid is the guy now over him. Who's
Philly,
the
I
veteran.
think they just messed up. They should have re-signed him. They should have found a way to fucking get him back.
That's
that was
what
a
Philly
dumb,
does.
That was a dumb
In
move.
every sport, that's what Philly
Yeah,
does.
they really
fuck
screwed up
Well,
there.
they know.
I don't
that-
think he had beef there.
I
He
mean,
didn't really
literally,
have
when
beef.
he got traded, they're like, "Ha, enjoy going fishing." You remember, like Philly said that, like, enjoy fishing
Philly
because you're
fans
not
are
going to make the
assholes.
playoffs.
They threw fucking
They are.
batteries at Santa.
They are, but the point is, we did not. We as Heat fans didn't. We liked Jimmy Butler because Dwayne Wade was like, "Yo, this is your guy."
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade said it to Pat, and Pat said, "You know what? If there's anyone who's going to tell me something,
Yeah,
I'm going to run with
if
it."
Dwayne Wade's gonna vouch for him,
And he said he's your guy.
that
And
word is gospel.
I think that's all Jimmy Butler needed was someone to say, "Okay, you're the guy."
Yeah.
So mix that with how hard the Heat work. like that Tyler Hero interview. That
so
was
Tyler
incredible.
Hero wrote a Players Tribune, which is the I guess newspaper that
it's
Derek
like,
Jeter started.
Yeah.
Right, where athletes write their own articles.
It's like The Athletic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Very similar, but it's very much first person. These guys are writing their own. You can tell because it's not in any proper writing structure. It's like Tyler Hero's article that he wrote was numbered.
20.
It was numbered 1 through 14.
He's also 20. So it's like,
sure. He only spent 1 year at Kentucky. He did not have to take a critical writing class.
He certainly didn't take any journalism classes.
Yeah. But it was really impressive, and not only that is when a guy who's 20 years old, 19 years old comes into a league, you got a guy like Jimmy Butler who's 30, veteran. That's a solid, established veteran.
He's been doing it for a long time
with the work ethic he has, and then for Tyler Hero to say, okay, yeah, that's my OG, and then practice with that guy, and for that guy to come at you for something you did wrong, and then for a guy older than him, Udonis Haslem, triple OG, coming in and being like, yo, back off the rook, or, whatever, whatever conversations they may have had, that's, you don't get, like, that's just not something a 19-year-old kid gets knowledge about.
Sure.
Well, so he mentioned, like, Pat Riley and Coach Bo was like, they said to Tyler, like, you're an all-star.
Yeah.
Like, we see all-star capabilities.
Get your game on.
Which is, you don't
play.
You don't, listen. That doesn't, like, when you draft someone, there's potential ceiling based off of what they've proven, right? Tyler Hero didn't really prove anything except for just what they saw in that one season, which wasn't great because there was two other players that
statistically it wasn't that great.
Yeah, and so, but what they saw was his basketball IQ, his tendencies, athleticism, and they're like, we're gonna shape this guy.
Yeah.
So he said, when they tell you something like that, and he's a 19-year-old. And you're on the floor and you get minutes, like you almost get the floor general role in some instances when you're coming out as the point, right? As the point guard. So when you're coming out, you are like, all trust is in you.
Yeah.
So he was basically saying in a nutshell, like, I wasn't too caught up in the fact that that's what they saw in me as much as I had to come through.
Yeah,
like I had to fucking do it. Like there was no, so that's like that. He was talking about his game 4 against Milwaukee where he went off for like 40.
Yeah, he's like, there's one thing walking into a court and being like, yo, I got this. Like I know what I got. I'm good at it. I can do it. The same way Josh Allen walks onto a field. Like I know I can do this. I got this. But there's another thing. A legend, Jim Kelly, giving you a call and going, you got the sauce, man. Like
you should be doing
Pat
this. Riley
tapped Tyler Hero on his shoulder and goes, if you want to be a Hall of Famer, you can do that.
Yeah. And if Pat Riley says that, like, he's not just fucking blowing smoke up your ass.
But if you look at the numbers, we're paying nothing for the next few years with our start. These are our starters.
Because they're so fucking young.
The only people that are getting paid right now is Bam.
Butler and...
Bam and Butler.
Butler and Bam.
But Butler's going to get his big contract later, but... Yeah. So right now, Duncan is getting like $3 million. Tyler's getting $3 million. He's going to get $4 million next year. Yeah. 4 to 5. Everyone's getting paid nothing.
Yeah.
So, and there are finals starters. So we are situationally in place to do incredibly well, and it's exciting. So Anywho, let's move on. HBO Max. HBO Max. I went back and forth like a few months ago and I was like, is it worth it? Do I want this? Like, there's new HBO Max content.
It is now, lol.
Well, fucking Warner Brothers has strategically, this came out about a week ago, I think.
Yeah. And it's worth noting that Warner Brothers and HBO are owned by the same company.
Right. But they've finally decided to... Correct. But... what they're going to do is for their major motion pictures that they're
Did you kill that bottle?
There's another bottle in the back.
All right.
Because I'm always stacked like that. No, I'm not. Anyway, so Warner Brothers has a rollout of, I think, like 12, 15 films. Matrix 4.
All their movies.
Dune.
All their movies for the
Wonder
next
Woman.
year.
Well, Wonder Woman's this year, but... yeah, so they did a rollout, but they're basically releasing these films in theaters and on HBO Max the same day. So if you
Same
have
day
HBO
and
Max,
no extra
there's no
charge.
extra cost. You just watch it. And from what I read in depth, there will be
Thank you, sir.
a short period of time where the movie is available on HBO Max,
Yeah.
and they're going to take it off.
Like a couple, like a month or so.
Yeah.
Like approximately equivalent to how long it would stay in the theaters.
And they're going to take it off, probably based off of streams, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to essentially give the Blu-ray factor and the sales and all that a chance.
Yeah, because they're still going to try to sell things,
Right.
and then they're still going to try to like sell the
Merch and
streaming
stuff.
rights to Netflix and whatever.
So that is exciting because
They have
now-
to do things. They have to make moves.
Well, so the
Movies haven't been fucking coming
you could
out.
just say
changing
table.
landscape.
or whatever.
Like-
the downside to that is now the cinemas, right? AMC.
Well, like here's the thing, at least my thought on it is that there's no reason to believe that movie theaters are going to come back the same way they did, the same way they were before this.
Right.
AMC filed for bankruptcy a while ago. If that chain comes back at all, it's going to be like greatly reduced numbers.
Yeah.
Regal hasn't been paying rent at its places.
Yeah.
So like they're close to
So they have to
bankruptcy.
fire Chapter 11 and
There is no reason to believe that like the U.S.
UFIT.
cinema industry
UFIT files Chapter
is
11.
gonna like come back the way it was. Not for like
No, the
decades.
business model has to change.
It has to
It
change.
has to change.
Right.
And I couldn't give a suggestion to them. Say best of luck, do what you do, try shit.
And like
Try shit.
Disney did their experiment with Mulan, where they released it to Disney Plus and they
and then they didn't
charged.
tell you when it was like going to be free.
Yeah, and they charged $30.
And then 2 months later, it was free.
And then 2 months later, it was free, and there was a pretty big like PR backlash against that.
Right.
Sure.
And meanwhile, between when the
was
HBO
another-
deal was announced and a couple days ago, HBO Max subscription numbers are up 36%.
Jeez.
So like,
Well, that's
and that's the
substantial. It's pretty.
so like that's not the normal HBO streaming service because
Right.
that's just called HBO now. It had been HBO Go before that. It was HBO
Yep.
Now.
Now.
I literally had to read a fucking article about this the other day to understand what the difference between
Thank
all
God
these
someone
things
did
are.
Yeah, I was like, which one do I download when I'm like
And
trying to watch Game of Thrones? I'm like, what the
HBO
fuck is it?
Max is like you pay a little bit more, not by much, but like a couple dollars a month more than you do for the regular streaming one.
Right.
And you get access to all. They've got like some of their shows are exclusive to it.
Yeah, so I have
and
it,
now
and we've...
all the WB movies are going to be on there.
Yeah, so all of DC is on there. It's
Yeah.
been very cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
definitely going to work our way through that.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, a lot of very good
There's
Sopranos.
there's good content on there. There's a lot of comedies and stand-ups and documentaries and shit. So
But now you know that as long as you keep it, you're going to get to watch all the major movies from Warner Brothers for the
Right.
next year.
Yeah.
They did say that this is an experimental thing. They're only committing to this for the next, literally just for 2021.
right.
Sure,
and
I
they
just
might
need to see
cancel
Wonder
it
Woman
after.
for not anything.
Right.
Just paying
It's
my
got, good,
subscription
it's got
fee.
great reviews. so.
Yeah, that's it.
So there are
Excited
some
about
people, there are some filmmakers.
Comes out on your birthday.
I know. I'm
comes
excited.
out comes out
On Jesus' birthday.
on Jesus' birthday.
I don't have to go to the theater to see it.
We're gonna call
I can
you-
order in the Chinese food.
You don't have to order
It'll be a
anything.
normal-
You just
it's a
need to
normal
turn it
get
on.
Christmas.
Get fucking Uber Eats Chinese food, and watch Wonder Woman the day it comes out.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like not for free because you're paying for the streaming service, but it's free.
Yeah,
You're not paying additional.
I know.
cost.
You don't have to rub it in.
right.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, you are Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't rub it in that I'm paying for
Like
it. I'd rather-
$3.99. He's like
Yeah.
$3.90 fucking nine.
Are you insane?
Are you out of your goddamn
How
mind?
about $3.50? I'll give
Go
you
fuck
$3.50
yourself.
for
I'll give
it.
you tree
I'll
fitting.
give you $3.50 for it.
Go fuck yourself,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing that, guy.
So the other interesting thing about it is that there are some filmmakers. The only notable one is Christopher Nolan.
Nolan's
But there's some filmmakers that are pissed off about
Salty.
it because
He's an asshole.
I mean, Nolan's an asshole. Like that's absolutely true.
Well,
He releases all of his movies. He's always been in an exclusive contract with WB.
and then there's shit too.
Yeah, I mean,
we
could do an entire podcast episode.
We could. I don't want to, but
dude,
we
Christopher
could.
Nolan, someone's gonna pay for you to make your next movie. Like, you
Well,
don't
so
have
here's
to
the
be that
thing,
upset.
though. Like, he has always, like, Warner Brothers has been the producer for all of his films. As far as I know, he's in an exclusive contract with them. He could probably get out of it.
See, that's
if
why
he
I
wanted
wasn't
to.
sure. I wasn't sure about that, but he might be.
So what he was expressing was that he was pissed off that Warner Brothers didn't consult the filmmakers who are on exclusive deals with Warner Brothers, which, like, for one,
the other
Warner
person
Brothers has
J.J.
no
Abrams?
reason to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they
J.J.
have
Abrams.
exclusive rights to their movies, and there are a lot of directors who I disagree with their opinion, but their opinion is that, like, movies should only be watched, or at least be watched the first time, in a theater setting, and that if you watch it on your fucking laptop, that you are not doing it the way it's supposed to be done.
Sure.
I think that he's an asshole. I don't agree with that.
Sure.
But I understand that there are a lot of people who would agree with that point of view. So it is an interesting point that he makes. And I don't know if, like, if he's able to use this as justification to get out of his contract with Warner Brothers, does that then mean that this is no longer a good thing for Warner Brothers?
Maybe.
That's the one thing that I can see that
Maybe.
could cause other studios to not follow up and do the same thing. Because right now I expect, like, Disney to end up in an arms race, basically, where like all the other studios do the same thing, at least the ones that have their own streaming service.
Yeah.
Like Disney has Disney Plus. Netflix doesn't have much in the way of, like, ties to people, but say, like, Paramount or someone decides to deal with Netflix.
Netflix exclusively. Yeah, because, you're right. Then it's an arms race.
It ends up in an arms race.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the upside is that, like, the regular human beings are the beneficiaries of this. Because, like, this past year where movies weren't coming out, like, that fucking sucked.
Right.
Like, Tenet and Dune are the ones that come to mind because, like, Tenet was originally supposed to come out, I think, in March, literally.
March. Yeah.
And
they pushed it as soon as the theaters, like,
every, like, 2 months.
Onward, Pixar's Onward was like the last movie that dropped, a major film.
Yeah.
And I literally went and saw it with my daughter. I did. And because I'm like, what the fuck did I watch? I don't remember.
No, it was 3 years ago,
dropped so
but it was
long
just
ago.
8 months ago.
It fucking feels like a lifetime ago. So the movie comes out, and then, like, boom, everything happens. Like, NBA shuts down, hockey shut down first, I think.
Yep.
And then NBA, and then, like, disc golf, water polo,
Sure.
whatever. So, and everything's
But
like,
all the movies
what
stopped
is
coming out.
All the movies stopped, and then, like, the theaters were like, they tried pushing, like, old movies, like. Like,
Well, the drive-in
Gone with the Wind.
The drive-in did a good job with it.
Yeah,
like
which I think should still be a thing.
I've been my girlfriend and I have been to the swap shop
We're at
drive-in.
53. Just
Yeah.
the camera.
We've been at the swap shop, I think, like 5 times since it started, and, like,
Nice.
that's really enjoyable.
And you're not a dad?
Nah, but the, like, funny thing
Is that is that a thing? Like, dads go to drive-ins?
Man, when I was 8 years old,
My dad didn't take me to a goddamn drive-through.
my dad
he's older than us. Remember?
was talking shit.
My dad calls it the show still.
And he said, son,
He's like, shows used to be a nickel.
I know
I'm
you
like,
feel-
what the fuck?
my dad said, son, I know you feel like you're getting confident. You're becoming, a big guy.
What does that mean?
I just have to let you know you were conceived at the drive-in movie theater.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, condoms are a thing. So
Bro, like, cars are cars not right next to you? Like, I don't understand. Every time
you can't see into any.
Every
of them.
time, why not?
If you try hard enough,
No, you
there's
can't.
enough fog. Like, you fog the windows out.
I guess
You don't even need to fog the windows out. Like, you can't. Have you
Are you
been
not
to the
pull-
drive-in?
No, I've actually never been.
Oh,
you
you
do
should
not
go.
pull into, like, a slot next to a parking spot next to another parking spot?
There's
you're not that close.
several feet between each car, but also, like, if you were to think about it from the standpoint of if you were at a movie theater, there's one big source of light, and it's pointing at the screen. You can't see anything
Or your
else.
so your headlights are off.
All the headlights are
but
off.
your car's on because it's coming through the radio.
Your car is on, but, like, at least most modern cars, you can turn off all the heads-up display
that's
stuff.
true.
So,
And
like,
then-
there's no light inside.
And then after that,
But what about, like, snacks and shit? You just bring your own?
Bring your no. That's why the drive-in's so great. You bring
Bro, you stop at Papa John's?
Stop people, like, walk to, like,
I mean, there's a golf cart even that comes that'll like that you can buy more snacks from. But no, what you do is you come with like you stop at Publix. You get from the deli the like bag of popcorn, the big bag, this big for $2.
That's true. That's true.
You get a case of beer.
It's not hot and like fresh.
You get a case of beer. So whatever the fuck you want.
That's cool.
You're not currently driving. The car's off.
You currently pound a case of beer.
Well, I mean, I don't drink the whole case of beer, John.
All right.
I don't weigh enough to drink a whole case of beer.
I don't drink beer, so.
I know. But anyways, the point that I was trying to get to was that like movies kept getting pushed, and like Tenet and Dune would have like a trailer come out every 2 months with a different release date. And the
like
swap shop, they haven't updated the trailers that they play before every movie. So like we still see the trailer for like some fucking movie coming out May 2020.
Oh man,
that's great.
And it's something that's not going to come out for another year unless it's on fucking Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Because all the other studios are still not releasing movies.
I have no idea what that movie was about, Tenet. I just know it was Denzel's kid. Let Denzel's kid get some shine also.
Denzel's
Tenet was
shine. He's fine.
Like, I'm not the biggest Christopher Nolan fan. Tenet was not good. It was Christopher Nolan in his purest form.
Ooh, there was big explosions and they were going fast.
No. He's like Michael Bay trying to Michael Bay.
Big explosions. You couldn't hear what the actors were saying because the sound was mixed terribly. Ooh. And like the level of complicated that they kept layering on top of each other with the time travel shit.
They were trying to Inception the fuck out of you.
Wait, there was time travel in that?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of time travel, a bunch of like
not seeing like
actively going backwards in time, and they keep like making up new rules as they're going, and then like
I read the audio did not match with the explosion.
Yeah, and then they just like hope that you're overwhelmed by the end of the movie and you don't remember all the rules that they've been telling you, because by the end they're no longer following any of those rules.
You just got Inceptionized.
And yeah, no, it was not good.
It was a dream inside a dream.
Because it made as much logical sense.
Except they never circle back to really answer anything.
Yeah.
From what I read. So you just kind of leave like thinking you have you know what happened.
I was glad I saw it because I saw it at the drive-in and it was enjoyable and you couldn't watch movies anymore. And I like going to movies.
Yeah.
Also, it's a lot cheaper at the drive-in. And like I said earlier, I brought a fucking bag of popcorn and a case of beer.
Yeah.
But you don't need to see it if you have to pay for it.
Cool, I won't.
Well, but if the Warner Brothers deal had happened before it came out, you would have been able to watch it for free on HBO Max. So.
No, just like I watch Gal Gadot.
Mm-hmm. Gal Gadot.
I thought you were Jewish. Why can't you pronounce her name?
I thought I just said it right. Now if I say it again, I'm gonna say it wrong. I don't feel.
I always thought it was Gadot.
Godot.
Godot.
Gal Gadot.
The T is silent.
Yeah. Gal Gadot.
Godot.
You don't have to sound sad about it. She's pretty hot.
But batteries.
She's super hot. Yes. The other thing that we wanted to talk about, because we're almost out of time, was the SpaceX.
Starship explosion.
Starship launch.
Starship Enterprise. I'm your captain.
I hope all of you saw it.
It is.
If you haven't, I'm also hope that I'm able to like find it and
just go to TechCrunch.
Just
go to TechCrunch and like boom, boom, boom. You should be able to.
Oh god, I watched it live, which was great. The launch went well, and then
how long was it from launch to explosion?
6 minutes and change.
That's
like 6:24. It flew up to 40,000 feet, and then it did its like gliding back down.
I think that's further than where they thought it was going to fly.
Everything about it was impressive, and
even the explosion.
The explosion was incredibly impressive.
I like how like Elon Musk today was like, "See you soon, Mars."
Yeah.
Like motherfucker, that thing did not like. Right? I get it, dude. I get you.
I'm a confident dude, but I want to get to the point where I can talk shit to a planet.
He's got like big dick energy.
Like Mars, I'm coming for you.
Big dick planet.
Like you about to get it.
I want to get to the point. I want to get to the point where,
bro, that's the confidence that how can I get there?
I want to get to the point. That's right. That's what you need. Yeah. I want to get to the point where you can have a multi-million-dollar explosion
And be like, success.
And have it be successful.
Yeah.
Success.
And within the last week, you still moved up to being the second richest person on the planet.
Yeah.
He's like,
no, it's
Loki, he's like
great.
Loki still banging Amber Heard. Bitch is crazy.
Oh.
This guy.
She is indeed. We are at an hour.
We're at an hour.
Yeah, this fits
Which
into
means
the
we
full...
should end it soon. But
yeah, the full
Time passes when
2020,
you're having so much fun.
right?
Let's end it on a bang, literally.
This
literally
is-
a bang.
Starships.
We should-
Yeah.
This is where in post I should
Well-
put the explosion.
Yeah, you should.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Well,
yeah, working
we
in.
have a lot of things that we have a lot of interviews and stuff that we are excited about. Scheduled.
What's the next one lined
pending.
up? Do you know?
I'm not gonna say because it's not a hard yes yet, but we do have some pretty good interviewees lined up. So good things, big things. We're gonna look to get a more permanent location to have like everything a little bit more fitting as far as the video and all that.
Yep.
So, anyways, thank you guys for rocking with us. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas,
Happy holidays.
Merry Kwanzaa,
It's
Happy
not a war on
Kwanzaa.
Christmas. Happy holidays.
There's a lot of shit going on. Please wear your mask. Wash your hands. Try to be as safe as you can. No one's gonna be mad at you if you fuck up and just forget and don't, or you get too drunk and you do what I
Yeah.
did and
Just don't be an
went
asshole about
into
it.
an establishment really banged up, and I was like, well, shit. I shouldn't probably be here, but I am. And then had to tell all my friends I was near some people that were exposed.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Be safe, guys.
Luckily.
Fun.
2021.
Luckily, nothing happened.
yeah, luckily nothing happened. But, you know, you can't always be that safe.
Yep.
Just use your heads. Think about other people. It's not about yourself. And we love you guys, and we're fucking excited.
Yep.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Cheers.
We will
Happy
see
New
you
Year.
guys in 2021.
2021.
Pending,
When it can't possibly
pending-
be worse.
pending
than
aliens
this
don't come
year.
and take all the corn.
I've said it every year, 4 years running.
The
so-
Mayans
Dave-
were
so
dyslexic.
Dave
It was
cooked you
supposed to be 2021, not 2012.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, with that, thanks for rocking with us. We love y'all. We are out this bitch.